Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. And for the start of this video, I'm going to be discussing a movie that I previously touched on in a separate video. Um, Previously, when I first started doing movie reviews, I did a video called Cross-Dressing Films, which was one of my, at the time, one of my highest viewed videos when I talk about cross-dressing. I mean, when the main character cross-dresses in the plot, and I did three films altogether, but I want to discuss one of them. I did discuss one. Uh, hold on, one second. Yeah. Um, Sorry about that. And as I did previously discuss the film, that I did in a video, as an individual review, and it was Tootsie. Now I'm going to do the second one, which did the third one I'm going to do, which was Big Victoria, because I didn't actually see that film as a whole. But this one I did. And there was a 1983 film, Yentl, starring Barbara Streisand, Amy Irving, and Mandy Patinkin. And of course, this film uh, is based on the story, or the short story by Isaac Bashevis Singer. It was about a Jewish girl named Yentl who was living in Eastern Europe at the turn of the 20th century, in the 21st century, in the early 1900s. And she was studying the Talmud. Because those of you who don't know, the Talmud is a book of Jewish laws and how Jews live their lives and all that type of thing. And Yentl was, of course, a girl, played by Barbara Streisand in the film, and she wanted to study the Talmud and study the Torah and do all this type of thing. But girls were, under Jewish law, were forbidden at the time, were forbidden to learn anything. Just be stupid, and that's about it. Because uh, Jewish men, and still in some Jewish sects today, Jewish women were treated miserably by guys, by Jewish men. Even to this day, in some Jewish sects, like the Hasidim. And that's pretty much what it was then as well. I mean, Jewish women were treated badly. I mean, they were treated with all kinds of disrespect and everything else. And they didn't want to have them to be as equal as men were. In the Barbara Streisand today, a woman's just as good as a man, but her father can tell you, look, women are different from men. We all know the men are different than women and vice versa. And that's why we have the law set up to keep them down. And so, let's phrase I always ask why. And so why is it this way? Why can't it be different? Why can't we change what the law is? And the father says, well, we just can't. That's the way it is. Like it or not, that's the way it is. So when Barbara Streisand character, she played the entire character Yentl, what she did was, when her father dies, she decides to disguise herself as a man and continue learning. But before her father died, her father taught her secretly, and it was just the two of them. I mean, they mentioned a brother in the story, but the brother had died when Yentl was just a baby. For some reason, the brother died, and there was no mother. I guess the mother died as well. So it was just the two of them. So since he didn't have a son anymore, he never had another son. He taught Yentl privately. I mean, he closed all the shutters and everything else, so the neighbors won't talk about it. He says, okay, I figured that God would understand, but the neighbors won't understand what I'm teaching you. So after the father dies, Yentl decides to go out to the world, disguise herself as a man. She taped her boobs down, and goes out to the world just disguised as a man so she can learn. But she's trying to figure out what is she going to do now with her father. So she joins couple of Jewish students. One was played by Manny Patinkin, played Avador, who was also a love interest in this movie. And he says, "Oh, why don't you come with us to Bishop? We have a very good school, we have a very good rabbi. Maybe you'll be good. Maybe you good in our school." It says, "Maybe you good in our yeshiva." It says, "Oh, all right." First, she was elected to do it. It says, "Okay." They decide maybe I should go. Of course, she does. She gets into school because of everything that he's a man, and she was like pretty much fooling everybody. And then, of course, she uh, has to pick a study partner, and she picks Manny Patinkin as um, a study partner, and because Manny Patinkin believes that Yentl was just as smart as he was, or vice versa. So says, okay, it'd be a study partner. So they're going through the whole movie being study partners to the whole thing. In the town where the yeshiva is in, that's what happens to have uh, a girl named Hadass, who's played by Amy Irving, who happened to be the fiance, Avador's fiance. And of course, every week, once a week, he goes over and has dinner with her. And and what happened, naturally, what happens is, of course, eventually, uh, the father, or Hadassah's father, breaks off the engagement. And the reason why they broke it up, even though Barbara Streisand a few of her concerts in recent and over the last 20 years, that when she had been doing concerts, he doesn't want to give away what happened. Why the engagement was broken off. The reason was that Hadassah's father found out that Avigdor's brother, who had died, uh, didn't die of pneumonia, or another consumption, which was I think like bronchitis or something, which is another term for bronchitis, I think, or pneumonia. He died either pneumonia or consumption. He actually committed suicide. Avigdor's brother. It was, oh my, and of course, when Fraser found out, he said, "Oh my God, can't believe he killed himself." Because naturally, suicide, even in the Jewish religion, is also considered a sin. Uh, but not only that he committed the sin of suicide, but also because Hadassah's father believes that the whole string of melancholy runs in the blood, and he also feels that Avigdor has the same suicidal thoughts as his brother had, and will kill himself too. Because they want to marry they want to have her daughter, or should I say his daughter, marry somebody who might eventually kill himself sometime down the line. So that's why he broke off the engagement, because it was really because of a stupid superstition. And of course, Papa Yentl, Bob Schweitzer, is trying to say, hey, it's a super superstition. They love each other. It's what matters. And he said, yeah, but the family is no good. He said, you shouldn't blame Avador for what his brother did. That's what you're doing. And the father says, well, they might be right, but I feel like I'm doing the right thing, but not allowing my daughter to marry Avador. So what they decided to do is try to marry her off as quickly as possible after the engagement was broken off. And it's a big shock, guess who they picked? Yentl, to marry her das. So of course, the woman and the woman get married. So that actually was the first recorded gay wedding in movie history. Uh, we all know they're not really they're not lesbians, but it was really the first recorded moment that a woman and a woman got married. Even though we know it's not a game winning. Uh, anyway, of course, Barcelona makes jokes about it. Say, hey, this is the first game winning, and all that stuff. So woman and woman get married, and so of course, what happens is, of course, slowly and slowly and slowly, Hadas starts to fall in love with Yentl. And of course, this one particular night, shortly after they got when they got married, that's when they showed the whole wedding night. That's after shortly they got married, and of course they're in the same room. They both have a single bed because at the time when a married couple slept in the single beds, not in the same bed. And of course, they're trying to pretend that they had, sex, and of course they didn't. We know they didn't because they actually show that scene. And of course, they found out, and Yentl kept putting off having sex. Because of course, as soon as Yentl takes the clothes off, your half is going to find out that she actually married a woman, not a man. So that's why she kept putting it off, putting it off, and putting it off. And of course, Hadass is, worried, and there was an actual scene between with Avigdor, because Avigdor got invited to the house to study with Yentl. And Hadass says, I'm really worried about Archer. The reason why I used the word name Ancho is because there was Yentl's brother's name, and she used her brother's name for her disguise. And Ancho is essentially a boy's name, so she used her brother's name for everything. And so they were really worried about him. So how's that? And that's when Yentl came back into the room and into the conversation, and they will find out what was on Hadassah's mind, why she was worried. I think it's worried because they never consummated the marriage. Consummating, of course, those of you who don't know the word, it means having sex for the first time as a married couple. And of course, there's one particular scene where and scene later on, her Avigdor walks out on her because he realizes that Hadass is starting to fall in love with Yentl, and and Avigdor still had feelings for Hadass. And was very upset about it and wanted to leave and all that stuff. So what Yentl did was she decided, hey, I had enough of this. I'm confusing Hadass. I'm starting to confuse myself now, and I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to hurt that Avigdor because I feel the two should belong together. I'm going to tell Avigdor that I'm actually a woman. And so you did have that eventually some not the line where Avigdor went nuts, saying, hey, how come you never told me you were a woman? And she does flash her. Actually, you don't see Barbara Streisand's boobs. You don't see it, but she does take off her shirt. You do see her topless from by here up, but you don't see anything else. And she takes her shirt off just to see a really woman. And I'm going to say, how come you never told me you were a woman? I told you stuff that I never tell a wife. And she told us how that's why I wanted to study because it was a woman and was prevented from studying. But I love learning. I want to learn. I want to learn as much as I can. I want to learn more and more and more. Whatever amount she learned at the time was enough for her. She wanted to learn every single thing about every subject there was. It wasn't enough for her. There's know everything. And Abigail said, look, you know more and you know what's in the book before you even open it. So what more can you possibly want? I mean, you know everything before opening up a single book. She says, I want more. But the question is, of course, is how much more? I mean, it's like an age-old question almost. And of course, Yentl decides to leave. So he had been learned to the rabbis that the wedding is not legal. It was a marriage between two women. It's not legal. And he says, so how can we do this? So he had been learned to the rabbis saying that the wedding was never consummated. And of course, she decided to leave. She decided to leave to Of course, it was implied in the film that she was going to the United States in the end of the film, and of course she's on the like this big cargo ship, and that's how pretty much the movie ends. And the movie is also a musical, and even though Manny Patinkin can sing, because he was in a couple of Broadway musicals when he was younger, around that time he was in the original Broadway version of Evita. He played Che, the part that Antonio Banderas played in the film with Madonna. That was the part Manny Patinkin played in the film and the original Broadway show. And also was in the Broadway shows Sundays in the Park with George. Uh, but when he got cast in Yentl, he got mad that he wasn't going to be singing anything. So he got open out of shape. He got mad about Barbra Streisand over it that he wasn't going to be singing anything. Now, Barbra Streisand, she didn't give a shit. That's the way she wanted to do the movie. And of course, this was the first movie that Barbra Streisand ever directed. And of course, being her first film as directed, I mean, she did do a good job with this film. Um, I forgot how many films that she directed altogether. I think she directed maybe like 3 movies altogether. And of course, the movie that her biggest movie as a moneymaker was Prince of Tides. She didn't she didn't even get nominated for it. And of course, the movie was, of course, eventually lost to Silence of the Lambs in the Oscars. But Yentl, I don't remember if Yentl was nominated for Best Picture. But the movie that did win was Terms of Redeemer. It was the movie that won for Best Picture. But to the film, this is definitely one of the better films that Barbra Streisand has done. Definitely, in my opinion, the best movie that she even directed. And of course, and what I should mention for you Law and Order fans out there who happen to be watching this video, Stephen Hill, of course, who played Adam Schiff for I think almost half the time that for I think like 10 years, 10, 11, I mean 12 years that Law and Order, the original Law and Order show was on the air. He played the DA. So you can look for Stephen Hill who played Adam Schiff playing Amy Irving's father. I should mention that before I finish the video. That look for Adam Schiff from Law and Order, in Yentl. That was before he still had his dark hair and a beard. That's my review for the 1983 film Yentl. Please click on the film, please rate it, feel free to comment on it. Please subscribe to my channel, and please follow this video onto your Facebook pages. And you can also check out all my videos on my YouTube channel and also on rallyc.com. That's all WDY, rallyc.com. You check out a good chunk of my videos on there, as well as the Rally reviewers. Christy Moore, who is the Rally reviewer, check out his videos as well, plus all the other content on his website. Personally, Jimmy Hellman, wherever your spirit is today, fuck you, asshole. And I hope you enjoy your eternal stay in hell. You fucking son of a bitch. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.